Yes, sir. Welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Freeman Mazda. If you're searching for a new, used, or Mazda-certified pre-owned vehicle in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, why not shop at Freeman Mazda of Irving, Texas, who has been a family-owned and operated business for over 60 years. My guy in here right now, but they have new inventory arriving daily, especially for the 2021 Mazda CX-5s. And in honor of Jesse and the win, I have the beautiful Mazda 6 that I love to drive. It's the luxury type of car without the luxury price. I miss my guy Jesse being here and messing with me for that. So stop by Freeman Mazda in Irving, Texas today, or visit freemanmazda.net. Got the dub. 27-20. Cowboys get the victory, move to 9-4. It was not pretty. And it shouldn't have been that way. When you're up 24-0 at halftime, it shouldn't be 27-20. And all of that had to do with the offense, and it starts with Dak Prescott. And I know I don't want to come on here and after a victory and we have to talk about the negatives, but there was a sour taste left in our mouth at the end of that game, right? The sour taste left in our mouths, and it was Dak Prescott. And I don't even know what to say at this point, man. He looked terrible today. I think that he's in his head right now. It's a lot of mental issues with Dak. I don't think it's physical. I think you can see him run, you can see him move. I think he's just mentally broken at this point, and he needs to find a way to get it together. Him, the offense, Kellen, whatever, they got to figure this out because we got, 4 games left until you get to the playoffs, and that is not a championship offense. That is not. It's a championship defense, but it's not a championship offense. It was a god-awful performance from him, a god-awful performance from the offense, and that would not get it done. With that said, let me at least start with some of the positives from the game. On the defensive side of the ball, sans that one weird drive where, if we want to keep it a bean, the touchdown pass to, who was the cat that caught the touchdown pass, y'all? Sims? Hell of a catch. Great catch. I'm not going to lie to you. Great catch. But Micah Parsons was held on that one. So, I'm not really going to give them too much credit for that. They were dominated up and down this line of scrimmage all day. They couldn't get off on the ground game. Tyler Heineke couldn't do anything. Kyle Allen came in, made a couple passes, but 5 sacks on the day, 124 passing yards, 100 rushing yards. It sucks, though, because, Dallas was about to be on the verge of finally breaking the 100 rushing yards streak, and they gave up exactly 100 rushing yards. But let's be real, 19 of it came from Tyler Heineke and Kyle Allen. So they pretty much shut down Gibson to the tune of 3.6 yards per carry. On the defense, like I said, side of the ball, DeMarcus Lawrence was DeMarcus Lawrence. He had a sack. Randy Gregory. Welcome back, Randy Gregory. 2 sacks, the all-important sack fumble at the end of the game. I truly believe, I said this prior, I forget who it was, I think it was Tom on the show. He said, we can't give him the anointing oil. We got to wait for the front 7. I get it. That's fair. But I truly believe the Cowboys have a championship front 7. 6. We'll call it 7 today because LVE was good. LVE had 3 tackles a day, a couple pass breakups, and he was just around the ball a lot. So, no, you won't find any slander from me from LVE. All the slander is going to be shifted to the other side of the ball with number 4. But LVE, kudos. You played well today. Trayvon Diggs played well today. Anthony Brown got beat on that last play with Carter. Carter dropped the ball, fortunately. But for the most part, I thought this defense played at an exceptional level. And if they're going to play like this, first game back with Neville Gallimore, don't have the snap count for him, but Neville Gallimore, welcome back, good big fella. A sack on the play. Randy Gregory, interception, 2 sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence, sack, basically not a fumble, but also a sack on the play. And Micah Parsons, your MVP of the season. I think this defense, ladies and gentlemen, is championship-level defense. Now, I get it. This was against Tyler Heineke and those boys like that. But the collective talent that they have, I think, is championship-worthy. And we'll see when they get to, week 17 against the Cardinals. We'll see. That's going to be the true test going into the playoffs. But right now, the talk of today is going to be the talk of the week, really, is going to be about this offense looking putrid. You look at the statistics, I don't even think they tell it all, really. 22 for 39, 211 from Dak, the 1 touchdown early in the game, and the 2 interceptions. Zeke, 12 for 45, 13 for 44 from Corey Clement, who I thought Corey ran pretty hard today. Lamb, we got some Lamb carries, 2 carries for 15 yards. And then they say Dak had 7 carries, but that was three kneel downs, I think, at the end of the game, 3 or 4 kneel downs, whatever it was. So we're not going to count that. He should have ran the ball a little bit more, in my opinion. But without a doubt, I said this on Twitter, I felt like this was the worst game of Dak Prescott's season. And some people say, well, Denver. Some will say somebody else I think said New Orleans or Kansas City. Kansas City, you could probably put that up there. I'm going to say it's this one because I think this one was terrible decision-making more than anything. And to me, he looked off mentally worse than any other game this year, in my opinion. Some of these other games you can say, oh, drop passes, killed momentum. You can say protection was bad, yada, yada, yada. None of that. There's no excuses for the performance today. He was terrible. He was bad, and he has to get it together. If he doesn't get it together, this isn't going to be a championship team, in my opinion. Championship defense, but you need to have your offense be balanced. And right now, the offense is broken. Dak, I think, is mentally broken. I know some people are going to say since the calf injury. I don't think it has to do with it. I truly don't. I just think mentally he's just not there as I'm watching somebody bust loose. Who's that busting loose? Fournette? Fournette busts loose for about, a 50-yard touchdown here. But honestly, until I go back and look, and really even if I go back and look, I don't even know that I have an explanation or a solution right now. I think it was Connor Livesay on Twitter said, this offense needs to go on a retreat. He said, Kellen needs to take this offense and go on a retreat, jokingly saying something's wrong. Something is wrong. I can't put my hand on it right now. And, again, we're coming off of the game immediately. We're not looking at tape. But I tell you right now, I don't need to. I saw what I saw, and I saw Dak play terrible. I saw him make terrible decisions. I saw him – even the interception, the pick six, if you want to say the guy was in his face, whatever. I felt like Schultz was open right away. So I really don't know what he was doing. I don't understand why we're doing 3rd and 6 and 5 calls and we're throwing short of the stick immediately. I just don't get it. I'll go back. We'll watch, but this is now about a month and a half of him not being consistent. So, and we know he can be. That's the frustrating part about it. We know he can be. And I know Marcelo, Kellen Moore is predictable, and this is what I was telling Nick. I said, this is how you know the offense is just totally broken. Normally, your quarterback can overcome a bad play call, or you overcome the offensive line, or normally your receiver can overcome an errant throw if it's in the vicinity, or normally your offensive line can hold up just enough so somebody can break. Nothing is working. Nobody's overcoming anything. Dak is playing bad, and then you mix it in with not great play calling, and then you mix it in. You don't have a run game. The run game is pretty much done. It's just really, really bad on the offense side of the ball, y'all. Really bad. Really bad. Showtime said, this must be addressed. The offense must get it together. We're scared the heck out of me. Scared the heck out of me, too. We're at the time right now where there should be some nerves with the offense. And I know there's going to be people that come on and say the Cowboys won, and they did. And I'll take ugly wins. But this one just felt different than last week. It felt different than last week. It felt like the quarterback was totally broken in this game, where last week that wasn't the case. That's just a good defense. I thought the defense played very well with the New Orleans Saints. In this game, I don't think that was the case. I thought there were opportunities against Washington. Dak just missed them. His decision-making was off. He wouldn't run. It just was ugly. It was ugly. And can we give up on these goddamn third down screens? I don't get it. I don't get it. Injury-wise, Tyron Smith left the game, got rolled up before people say Tyron Smith, injury-prone, yada, yada. We know he is, first of all. But he got rolled up by Connor McGovern on his knee or ankle or whatever, so we have to keep that in mind moving forward. We may see a tight end Secchi. Lyle Collins got tossed out the game. Threw a punch defending his quarterback. Listen, I'm not mad at you defending your Q, but you have to understand, once again, like we talked about with Tristan Hill. Tristan Hill got suspended after the game for throwing a punch. Wonder what he's going to do. You wonder what Goodell is going to do with Lyle Collins. I don't know. We'll see. I got a feeling some type of suspension is on its way. I hope not. He was ejected. He was given a penalty, maybe a fine, but you can't really be down to Tyden Secchi and Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele, I'm cool with Terrence, but the depth is what's important with this offensive line, not necessarily just the 5. It's the depth. So huge loss with Tyron Smith. Let's just hope it's kind of a sprain or a tweak. Who else on the injury report that went out? I think that's it. We saw Zach Martin go down, but he came back in the game, so we're good there. Now, if we go back down to the stats offensively, Lamb, Gallup, and Cooper, they were your passing offense. Looks like 17 receptions for the two. All of your passing yards, aside from 33 passing yards or so, came from those guys. Lamb had 61, Gallup had 60, and Cooper had 51 in the tutty. But it's still, you look at that, you look at the receptions, it still wasn't pretty. It was a very, very ugly game, ladies and gentlemen. Very ugly game. Real quick, we'll go around the league, see what the scores are now. Now that games are kind of finishing up and starting, let's look at the full scoreboard here, see where we're at. Lions are down 14-0 to the Broncos. Chargers tied 7-7 with the Giants. Bills down 7-0 after that. We just saw Fournette hit the end zone. The Browns hold off the Ravens. You didn't tell me that, Nick. I thought they might have finished the comeback. They hold off the Ravens. My guy, did Lamar Jackson come back in? Didn't come back in. Okay, Lamar got carted off, didn't come back in. They lose 22-24 to the Browns. Jaguars get skunked 20-0 to the Titans. I'm still rooting for the A to Z Super Bowl. I'm still rooting, man. We get this A to Z Super Bowl, it's going to be great. Titans move to 9-4. The Chiefs. See, this is the kind of performance I was hoping for from the offense today. The Chiefs smack the Raiders once again, 48-9. The Saints whoop on the Jets, 30-9. Falcons beat the Panthers 29-21. Seahawks win 33-13 to the Texans, and then Dallas finishes it off 27-20 in what was a really ugly game. Really, really ugly game. Can I say anything positive? Yeah, we talked about the positive. The defense. The defense was great. Defense was awesome. But our offense was terrible. And they got to get it together because this is now a month and a half. I can feel as great as I want about this defense, man. If the offense does not get it together, you're not going where you want to go. You're not going where you want to go. That's just facts. You know. With that said, guys, we're going to get out of here early. I got to get this thing packed up and head on up out of here. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back 8 a.m. Central-ish, 8:15 Central-ish. That's what we'll do, 8:15 Central-ish. And we'll break all this down, all the X's and O's, what have you. We'll break down more of the stats. We'll talk about from top to bottom, in depth, what happened. And then, of course, we'll open the Pulse of the Nation phone lines, man. We'll let you guys call in and get your takes off because I know y'all got some fire takes. And some of these takes are warranted. They're going to be warranted after today's performance. It is. Offensively. Defensively, everybody should be happy. Everybody should be happy. With that said, man, we're going to press this button. We're going to press this button and get on up out of here, y'all. Cowboys get the victory, 27-20. Move to 9-4. Put a clamp on this division. You see Nick in the back. I think one more game and one more loss from Washington, this thing is over in regards to the division. But we're looking way farther than that. We want more, right? We want more. All right, y'all. Peace.